grab your cup. I had a conversation earlier this week with someone about who are your people. We were talking about who are the people that you gravitate to, who are the people that you listen to, who are the people that are your posse, who are the people that you learn yourself through or you see yourself through. In knowing them, you know yourself more, or they just feel like home for some reason. And in that conversation, I noticed that I had different times in my life when different groups of people were my people. And I'm inviting you to look at your life as we go through this conversation. So what I noticed was that fitness people were always my people because I've always been interested in health and wellness and fitness. I played sports when I was a kid. My undergraduate degree is in fitness. My master's is in exercise physiology. And then I have further continuing education in nutrition. I'm a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, and the whole life coaching that I do and the wellness and the stress work that I do is all health and wellness, right? So I've always resonated with other fitness people. However, there was a time in my life when my own health got really challenged, when my autoimmune conditions were first diagnosed 30 years ago. The first one showed up, even more than that, almost 40 years ago now. And so there was a time when my people were other women struggling with health. I really resonated with that. It's how my daily experience was, and I would get myself and the truth of it through talking to them and the truth of my experience. What happened though, and this is why I wanted to share this with you, is by seeing that group as my people, I kind of locked myself into, well, I'm a person with health issues. And then what happened, the next layer, was how can I be a fitness and wellness person and have those people be my people, and be a woman who struggles with fatigue and thyroid issues and resonate with them. When I was in the place where those were my people, I felt shame about myself, about my body. I would look at my fitness people and see that I couldn't do the things that they were doing, that I used to do with them. So there was this conflict for me about who are my people. And for a while, I thought the people with the health issues are my people because that's where my life is. What I've learned is that I decide who my people are, and then I create my identity around it. So when I was creating my identity to be someone who struggles with her health, that's what's kept showing up. And then what was really in my heart had always been in my heart to be a fitness person. I thought I needed to let that go a little bit because of the conflict. Do you understand what I'm saying? There was a time when my kids were little and my people were the other moms because we were all in the same experience of having small kids and what that was like, and we shared with each other. And I'm no longer a mom of young kids, so I don't talk to moms of young kids anymore. My son is in college, right? So when the people that I identified with were people who were stuck, were people who had a lot of complaints in their life, when I spoke to women maybe who were divorced, who had struggled, who had a lot of anger, and I resonated in that way, I saw myself as stuck, angry, challenged with my health, betrayed in my relationship. So what I've learned is that I can shift my identity and shift who my people are. And now who my people are people, women mostly, but people who are interested in growing. So it doesn't matter whether they've had health issues. It doesn't matter whether they've been in a relationship that failed. It doesn't matter whether they've lost someone. What matters is their interest in themselves and in their life is growth. Anybody who's interested in growing, who's interested in figuring out what it takes to find the tools to grow, those are my people. That's who I resonate with now. And as a result, by seeing that group as my posse, I put myself in situations where I'm going to be pulled to grow. I put myself in conversations with people who are already in front of me on that path, who know what it takes to grow and will help me do the same, so that my conversations are always around an identity now for myself. Doesn't matter what happened. What matters is what I do going forward. That was not always the case for me. I share a lot with my clients when we're doing our group coaching about my life in the past. And any one of them will tell you I'm pretty transparent about the ways that I held resentment, the ways that I held anger, how early that started in my life, and the connection to my health. I'm really grateful to say now that I don't have symptoms of autoimmune conditions. I really don't. I don't take medications in the way that I used to. I used to have migraine medications. I used to have to take stuff for my digestive system. I don't take any medications and have not for a long period of time. But I had to shift my identity about how I saw myself. And I had to understand the connection between my health and what I was saying about myself and how I was seeing myself as I stayed stuck in certain conversations with particular people. Do you get what I'm saying? So who are your people? Because if your people are people who are interested in staying really numb in their life, maybe it's people that get together for drinking pretty regularly and that's how they stay numb. Maybe they stay numb by complaining and staying in complaints and working really hard to exhaustion. But the complaining and the exhaustion keeps them numb from themselves and from growing. That's another way that people stay numb. People who would much rather stay in the circumstances of their life than see themselves as bigger of their circumstances. Just look to see, who do you spend most of your time with? Who do you have conversations with? Because those are your people. If you're like me and you are interested in growth, if you're interested in moving past whatever's happened, and who you are is not a function of what's going on in your life right now. Who you are just is someone who takes life and moves through it and grows through it. If you're like that and you would like to be part of my posse, there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can reach out to me and see about becoming a client in the work that we do. My foundation program is called Return to You, so that your identity is what you want it to be, not what it is by default. So Return to You is one way that I work with people, is my foundation program. But I have other programs that I do and other ways that I work with people, and I work with people one-on-one. I also have a membership. It's a mentorship membership. So you can start to be in the group of people that are interested in growth. And that membership, it's only $10 a month. And we meet monthly for coaching, and there's a lot of other benefits. But it's a way to start to have mentorship and start to move out of wherever you've been and into a group of people that are committed to healing, growing, expanding, being in charge of their life rather than at the effect of their life. So who are your people? And if you feel like my people are your people, send me a comment and I'll make sure you get the links to either talk with me about being a client or talk with me or join up in the mentorship. You don't really need to talk to me about that. You just need to understand the details, okay? I'd love to be in your posse. Have a good day.